His proposal coming up in a moment.
And Toyota's massive recall will soon have a fix.
Live from Alabama's News Center in high definition, this is NBC 13 News Today in Alabama, where accuracy matters.
Good morning, I'm Andrea Lindenberg.
And I'm Rod Carter. Welcome to Today in Alabama. It is Monday, February 1st. We're going to get to today's top stories for you coming up in just a moment.
Now it's time for weather and traffic on the ones. We start with meteorologist Stephanie Walker in the HD Forecast Center. Hi, Steph.
Hey, guys. Good morning. We've got 20s and low 30s out there, so it's pretty cold this morning to start off with. At 7 a.m., we'll go at 30 degrees and some high clouds around. Warm it up to about 41 at 9 o'clock, so it's still going to be cold outside, and then it should feel better by 11 a.m. this morning with 47 degrees. Despite some high clouds, no rain in the area this morning, and we're not expecting any. 28 in Haleyville, 28 Tuscaloosa, 32 Birmingham, 29 in Anniston, and 25 in Gadsden. Forecast for this afternoon, temperatures expected to be in the mid-50s. And there'll be some clouds out there, probably more clouds than sunshine for the afternoon hours. We'll talk more about some rain coming in late in the week in a few minutes. Right now, let's go to Lisa for traffic.
All right. Thank you very much, Stephanie. Traffic is looking for the most part pretty good out there right now. We're seeing that typical slowdown that we see at about 6:30 every morning. So it is getting congested in some spots, especially around the junctions and the merge lanes getting a little backed up. But we do have a couple of problems that are not usual, and let's go right to those. We have a crash reported in the Pelham area. It's on 65 northbound at County Highway 52. It's just at the end of that construction project there. It is off to the shoulder right now, but still folks are slowing down as they get around it. So shouldn't be there too much longer. It is in the clearing stages, but be on the lookout for that. Also just reported a disabled vehicle on Ishkuta Winona Road at Old Winona Road. Ishkuta Winona Road at Old Winona Road, slowing some folks down in that direction. Rod?
Lisa, thank you. 6:32 this Monday morning. In the headlines, a milestone has been reached in the efforts to help the family of fallen Pelham police officer Philip Davis. Here are the important facts. Officer Davis was shot and killed last December after pulling a motorist over during a traffic stop. He was the first officer in Pelham's history to be killed in the line of duty. He is survived by his wife and 2 children. And now people are pulling together to help the officer's family pay off their mortgage. Fundraising efforts began almost immediately after Davis's murder. Organizers say they have raised anywhere between $65,000 and $100,000 so far. They're still counting that money. But as NBC 13 HD's Bettina Bowden tells us, more is still needed.
On this day, cooks at Johnny Ray's in Pelham are cooking for a cause.
We came out here primarily today for the fallen officer.
Fallen Pelham police officer Philip Davis, who was killed in December during a traffic stop. He's the first Pelham officer to die in the line of duty. Officer Davis is being remembered by those in Pelham and also 10 restaurants pledging to raise $10,000 in 10 days. Johnny Ray's manager, Doug Patton.
That's the least I can do. He is protecting me and my business and my family every single day as a member of the Pelham community. And it's like someone you knew was killed in the line of duty, and inside you just want to do something. That's what we did.
And all 10 restaurants are donating 10% of their total sales to Officer Davis's family mortgage fund to help his widow and their 2 small children.
It's just a good thing to do for a fallen officer.
It's nice to see people come together to help somebody else that is in a distraught position.
More than just barbecue sales, with more than $10,000 raised by restaurants so far, folks in Pelham are hoping they'll meet the overall $200,000 mortgage goal. Bettina Bowden, NBC 13 HD News.
At last check, one restaurant had raised more than $12,000 in one night. The city of Pelham, by the way, has collected $65,000 so far. They're still accepting donations at Pelham City Hall.
Thousands of workers remain unemployed after Friday's battle over bingo. Governor Riley's task force tried to raid Victoryland in Shorter and Country Crossing in Houston County and close them, but a judge blocked that move. This morning, Victoryland remains open, but Country Crossing near Dothan closed before the planned raids and hasn't reopened, leaving between 500 and 1,000 people out of work. The weekend is the busiest time for the operation. The closing also disrupted paychecks for employees. Bingo Task Force Chief John Tyson says he's only doing what the governor asked him to do.
The governor didn't ask me to make any decisions about whether or not something's wrong or right or whatever. What the governor of the state of Alabama asked me to do was simply to enforce the law and to establish the rule of law.
And no decision has been made on when the operation will reopen.
Jefferson County begins the new work week with one fewer commissioner. Former Jefferson County Commissioner William Bell is now Birmingham's mayor, so only 4 county commissioners remain on their posts. The commission has to wait until June 1st before a new commissioner can be elected. And some folks say without that 5th vote, there could be a standstill in the decision making. But Commissioner Sheila Smoot believes otherwise.
We're not down here playing politics. There's no need. We're not coming back to the Jefferson County Commission as it sits today. So I think you might see, fortunately, some people really working through some major issues and getting things done.
Also, Jefferson County Commissioner Jim Carnes announced last week that he is not seeking another term, and neither is Commission President Betty Fine Collins nor Sheila Smoot. So the only person who is seeking re-election is Bobby Humphreys.
Alabama environmental officials are testing a city landfill for water pollution. That tops our headlines around Alabama this morning. In Florence, ADM, Alabama's Department of Environmental Management, is asking to use dye tests at the city landfill. They want to make sure the groundwater monitoring system in the area is working. Recently, pollutants have been detected in the system. A bookkeeper who admitted embezzling money from a Fairhope bookstore has been sentenced to 8 months in prison and 2 more months of home confinement. 42-year-old Teresa Lida also has to pay back more than $81,000 that court documents say she frequently stole from the Page and Pallet bookstore from July 2006 through December 2008. Officials say Lida altered accounting software to hide illegal payments, added up to more than $106,000.
Alabama has a new federal judge this morning. Abdul Kalan was sworn in Friday, and he is going to be based in Birmingham. He replaces retiring Judge U.W. Clemon. Clemon became the first Alabama African-American federal judge when he was appointed by President Jimmy Carter. That was back in 1980. There's a new jobs plan by Alabama Governor Bob Riley to tell you about. Today, the governor is going to be in Mobile, where he will discuss his jump-starting jobs plan, which includes a tax credit for Alabama businesses that hire unemployed workers and a tax credit to allow small business owners and employees to deduct 200% of the amount of their health coverage.
A new proposal promises economic development, regional growth, and a very fast commute on the rails from Birmingham to Atlanta or even New Orleans. The talk is all about the possibility of bringing a high-speed rail system to Alabama. NBC 13 HD's Gina Renman explores what's behind the push for a high-speed rail system in our state and who's putting the brakes on mass transportation in central Alabama. That's in our Fact Finder report Thursday on NBC 13 HD News at 10. The time, 6:38. Toyota says it has a plan to fix problems with accelerator pedals.
Coming up, we'll tell you more about the announcement today about those repairs.
And it's pretty cold out there this morning, but it should feel a lot better as we head into later this afternoon with pretty seasonable temperatures expected. Your complete forecast is right after the break. You're watching NBC 13 Today in Alabama in high definition.